One person is dead tonight. Police say another admitted to pulling the trigger and is currently with investigators.
The night team's Camelia Juarez joins us live from the 7-Eleven at 410 in Nacogdoches, where police are now conducting a murder investigation.
Tim, Courtney, San Antonio police have taped off this entire gas station. So far, we know that one person was shot and killed inside of that car wash. San Antonio police say they got a call around 7:30 for a shooting. Two people were inside the car wash, and police say one person fired a single shot. Police say the shooter got out of the car and told someone inside the gas station. The shooter claims self-defense, but homicide detectives are still investigating. The suspect was taken to police headquarters for further questioning. Now, the suspect was between 20 and 30 years old, and the victim was in their 30s or 40s. When we learn more, we'll let you know on air and online. Reporting live on the northeast side, Camelia Juarez, KSAT 12 News.
New on the Nightbeat, the state's largest refugee resettlement agency says it can no longer take on new clients. Refugee Services of Texas will continue to help its existing clients, but say recent refugee surges have eaten up their budget.
Now, while the pause is temporary, Camelia Juarez tells us what this means for refugees across the state going forward.
When the team, they took us there, we were hugging each other, and we were so happy. And as I said, I was about to cry.
Hamad Sarosh and his wife fled Afghanistan last year. And after 6 months of moving around, Refugee Services of Texas helped Sarosh settle into his own apartment.
And finally, I was saying, okay, I'm in my new home.
Sarosh and his wife were given medical care, cultural education, and even a job.
The position I work, the environment which I work, I love it.
Refugee Services of Texas will continue to serve its 1,300 clients, including Sarosh. But due to a recently depleted budget, for the next 4 months, the agency will have to refer new refugees to national organizations.
We just need all hands on deck right now to be able to close this gap.
Chris Kelly with Refugee Services of Texas is talking about the $4 million the agency hopes to raise. He says under former President Trump's administration, fewer refugees were entering the U.S. and needing services. But the agency became overwhelmed following the evacuation of Afghanistan and the Russian invasion on Ukraine. The number of people in need rose quickly.
It was a chaotic evacuation, and our job was to resettle as many of those folks as we could in a very short period.
To save money, the agency is reducing its staff by 45% and closing offices in Fort Worth and Houston, a decision that Kelly says is heartbreaking because the staff members work and live where the refugees live.
There are people, they can't speak English, they don't understand the GPS. That's why I'm saying they need agencies like RST to support them.
Camelia Juarez, KSAT 12 News.
New on the Nightbeat, the body of a man was discovered in a creek along San Pedro Avenue earlier this evening. San Antonio police officers and a helicopter making that discovery in the 5900 block of San Pedro as they were searching for a missing person. Officers at the scene say the body is that of a man possibly in his 20s or 30s. They tell us it's unclear right now how that man died, but say it appeared that he had some trauma to his body. The Bexar County Medical Examiner's Office trying to identify that man. Police say there are several homeless encampments under that bridge in the area further up the creek, and they say due to last night's storms, the water levels there were noticeably high.
Also new on the Nightbeat, a diesel leak is being monitored near the water treatment plant in the city of Kerrville. According to a statement released by the city public information officer, the leak was detected at a business upstream of the water plant. The statement says Friday's storms caused damage that led to the leak. The Texas Commission on Environmental Quality has been notified. Kerrville city officials say the appropriate precautions have been taken and the city switched water to the groundwater wells. The city will remain on groundwater wells until the water plant comes back on, which is expected to happen sometime next week.
It is high time for graduation season for high school students and college students. And for one Texas State student, this year brought more hardship than she could have ever imagined.
Yeah, she tells the night team's Lee Waldman she couldn't have gone through it without an angel by her side.
There's a palpable excitement in the air at Texas State University as hundreds of almost graduates eagerly await for their names to be called to get their diplomas they've worked so hard for.
So that you can get through this year, there's nothing stopping you, nothing at all.
For the entire Mata family, they've just been getting through the year since they lost Tess last May.
I know she had a really hard morning this morning getting out of bed, so it was really hard not having her sister here.
Tess's picture filled her chair instead. The 10-year-old was killed nearly 1 year ago at Robb Elementary. Veronica and her husband Jerry holding on to one another as they watched Faith be recognized for graduating college and making it through the unimaginable.
It's just a long time. I'm glad that it's finally happened, and I'm proud of her. I know it took a lot out of her, so I'm very proud of her.
From Faith's cap to her tassel and stole, you can see pieces of little Tess everywhere and feel her in the excitement of this moment. Her extended family, the loved ones of some of the other 21 victims, there to cheer Faith on as she jumped into the river, holding Tess's photo.
It feels bittersweet. I'm glad that I could be here with all the people who are part of my journey. Though I'm missing Tess, it sucks, but I'm ready to jump into the future now.
Her little sister visiting Faith in a dream, letting her know she's always there.
I just felt comforted. I just know. I just feel her all the time.
Faith, again, we're all so incredibly proud of your accomplishment. Keep on shining. Faith has really big plans for the future, plans that were shaped in part by what her and her family went through in this last year. We'll have more on that story and more tributes to those victims and survivors of the Robb tragedy on May 24th at 9 p.m. in an hour-long KSAT 12 News special we're calling 1 Year In. Uvalde, back to you.
Thank you, Lee. I want to get you some breaking news right now. The Bexar County Sheriff's Office is working a fatal accident over on the northwest side in the 7,000 block of Northwest Loop 410 near Highway 151. Right now, details pretty limited.
Yeah, but deputies say the traffic on the westbound lanes of the underpass of 151 and the southbound lanes of the frontage road at 410, both being diverted onto the frontage road at 151. Deputies are advising drivers to avoid that area if at all possible. We have a crew on the way to the scene, and we will update you on the developing story as we get more information.
Staffers and volunteers with the San Antonio Food Bank going the extra mile today, offering clients curbside service. Families were able to drive right up and have groceries placed into their vehicles. The curbside service allows the food bank to assist their clients quickly and efficiently. Inflation and changes in SNAP benefits have more people utilizing the resources offered by the food bank.
Well, back to Uvalde in the midst.
There's been a high need right now with their benefits being lowered, and a lot of them it's lower than usual, and we just need that help to get by right now, and it has been an influx.
Family members and authorities along the Texas Gulf Coast confirm one person is dead after an F1 tornado touched down early Saturday morning. The man's name was Roberto Flores, who died when a nearby trailer was lifted during the storm and crushed his mobile home in Laguna Heights. The damage you currently see is near Port Isabel, where weather authorities say it's rare to see tornadoes. Officials say 11 people were taken to hospitals with non-life-threatening injuries due to the tornado. At least 36 people are currently staying in emergency shelters as they deal with the storm damage to their homes.
And looking at live cam, we have increasing clouds out there again. A little bit of clearing out there earlier, increasing clouds, some energy coming in from the south, and that'll give us, I think, a great start to the day tomorrow. We have some good news, though. The aquifer is up, and it continues to climb. It's already up just over 3 feet, and it's still rising continually. It's going to respond to this heavy rainfall probably for another day, maybe even 2. As for the pollen count, mold is high at 1,700. That's usually a side effect of some heavy rainfall. Grass and pine, both on the low end. As we go through the rest of the night, it's going to be quiet out there. No big deal, just quiet weather. And then it's going to pick up a little bit again as we get into tomorrow. We'll talk about our storm chances, the unique weather pattern that we're in, and when temperatures rebound more in just a bit.
Coming up, frustrated parents at their wits' end because of the lack of available daycare spots. How an initiative spearheaded by KSAT is helping alleviate so-called childcare deserts here in San Antonio. Plus, the owner of this Mexican restaurant not too happy to see KSAT investigates this week what health inspectors found behind their kitchen door.
It was predicted that the end of Title 42 would bring a wave of migrants, but so far that hasn't materialized. Government officials now dealing with new immigration policies as asylum seekers continue trying to enter the U.S.